You just got paid and finally you can breathe a little easier. Until before you know it, your bank account is at zero again. Sounds familiar? That used to be my reality too, until I developed a simple paycheck routine that helped me save over $10,000 in a single year. And the best part, it only takes 5 minutes a month. So in this video, I'm going to share my exact 4-step routine so you can stop feeling broke before the end of the month and start saving thousands more per year. But before starting, you have to know that if you want to make this routine work, there are 2 secret tricks that you must apply, without which not only you will take more than 5 minutes per month, but you will also struggle to save money. But they will only make sense once you've heard what the 4 steps are, and so we will discuss that at the end of the video. So let's start with the first step, and if you want to save more money, there is no way around it. You have to start with that. Otherwise, you will just end up having no money in your bank account at the end of the month. Because imagine it is your birthday, you have baked a cake for everyone, and so now you start cutting it and handing out slices to your friends. You give 1 slice, 2 slices, 3, and you realize the whole cake is gone. It is your birthday and you couldn't even enjoy the cake you've made. It doesn't feel fair, right? That's why you should always put aside a slice for yourself first. And this is the exact same thing for when you get paid. The first thing you have to do as soon as you receive your paycheck is to save part of it for yourself, for your future. Because if you don't do it, you will just try to save what's left at the end of the month, and you know better than me that there won't be anything left, and you will still be living paycheck to paycheck. So what you should do is to have a saving account to which you can just transfer the money you want to save as soon as you receive your paycheck. And how much should you save? Well, it depends on your salary. But as a general guideline, I would suggest at least 15% of your income. The moment you start paying yourself first, you will change your finances. That simple change means you're taking control of your finances. It means you're developing your future, a future where you will be financially free, a future where you can handle any emergency without panic. This will also lead you to have enough money for the down payment of your dream house or to be able to give a good life to your kids. And this is definitely worth this little change. So as soon as you receive your paycheck, put aside the money you want to save. Like this, you will be sure to grow your finances and build a great future for yourself. But now I have a question for you. Would you like to earn more? Because this second step is there exclusively to make you more money. And imagine that it means tens of thousands of dollars more every year for me. Because saving only puts money in a safe place, but it won't drastically improve your financial situation. Let's take an example. Say you're saving $200 a month for 20 years. After this time, you look at your bank account and you see $48,000. Not bad, right? But what if I told you that you might have had $145,000 instead? Suddenly, the $48,000 feel disappointing, right? Because having all this additional money would mean to be able to buy a better house, to have a better retirement, or just travel more, for example. It is money that makes a huge difference. So how can you have all this additional money? Well, this is the second step of my routine, investing. So you have to continue saving money and putting it in your savings account. This will give you security and stability. But if you want to have more money, you must invest every month too. And the results are amazing because even with just $200 per month, you get an additional $100,000 in only 20 years. By investing this small portion of your income, you will be multiplying your wealth. It is the difference between being stuck in a job you hate and having the financial freedom to do what you love. But now, how much should you invest? It's actually the same as saving. The general guideline I would suggest is 15%, but it can be more according to your financial situation. For example, I personally invest 36% of my salary at the moment. And just a little tip here, if you have debt, use this 15% to repay it and just then start investing. So it is crucial that every month you invest part of your salary because this will make you thousands of dollars more every year. And it is what will make your finances grow exponentially over the time. But now you're probably thinking, I have to pay my bills. I can't save and invest all of this money. And it might be true now, but you can change that. And that's part of the third step of my paycheck routine. Right now, your fixed expenses like rent, groceries and bills might be eating up 80% or even more of your income. And if you're like most people, it feels like there's never enough left for saving or investing. And this means being trapped in the paycheck to paycheck cycle. And I'm sure that's not what you want. So now, you have to fix yourself an objective. Your fixed expenses have to be between 50 and 60% maximum. Because if you go above that, you will never manage to put some money aside and make it grow, which just means you will never get out of this paycheck to paycheck cycle. But now, how do you actually do that? You could start by optimizing your expenses or by finding clever ways to save more money. There are many ways to do so, and it is really important to understand how to actually apply them to your life. And that's why I've already made several videos on this subject to help people like you improve their finances. So subscribe to this channel to learn how to actually have more money in your life and stop living paycheck to paycheck. And so by optimizing your fixed expenses, not only you will improve your finances, but you will free from the stress of not having enough money to live your life. But we still have a last step before revealing the 2 secret tricks you must apply. And you've probably noticed that the amounts I shared with you account for around 85% of your salary. Why that? Because the remaining is for probably the most important of these steps. Imagine you're at work and you're working on an important project. You have a lot to do, and so you work too many hours every day. You don't take any pause, you don't spend some time chatting with your colleagues. You might do well on the project, but you will feel exhausted. You will feel without energy and you will hate all this period. You might even think to change job because it doesn't make you feel good. But instead of that, you could actually take some breaks, spend some time with your colleagues and grab a snack. These short breaks will help you stay fresh and energized. And like this, in the end, you will deliver the project and feel good. You will still have energy to live your life. The same is with money. You can't only think about saving, investing and paying the mandatory expenses you have. You can't be constantly renouncing to dinners out with friends, fun activities and similar. You would eventually hit a breaking point. You will either burn out or end up carelessly spending. That's why if you actually want to make this work over the long term, you have to be able to enjoy your money. And that's the last step of my paycheck routine, because you should have ideally at least 15% of your salary dedicated to guilt-free spending. And what does this mean? It means that you can spend this 15% however you want. It can be partying, it can be shopping, it can be going out for dinner. It is your money, you can spend it for whatever you want. You deserve it. Because let's be honest, if you're not happy and you can't enjoy your money, it's not worth it. But with this guilt-free money, you will get to enjoy your life while still building your financial future. Because again, enjoying the result of your hard work is fundamental if you want to be financially successful. And so this paycheck routine is pretty simple, and thanks to these 2 little secret tricks, it will only take you a couple of minutes every month or even less. And thanks to them, you will never struggle to follow it. So the first one is that you must have separate accounts, or at least separate tracking categories for these 4 categories. This way, it will be super easy to track everything, and in just a minute, you will immediately see how you're using your money. This will help you seeing what you have to improve to actually reach your objectives, and like this you will always be on the good direction. Secondly, you must automate all the transactions you can. Your rent, you make an automatic payment. Your savings, automatic payment too. Investing, automatic payment as well. Most of your fixed expenses, savings and investments can be easily automated. And you should definitely do that, because like this, you won't even have to think about putting money aside. It will happen on automatic as soon as you receive your paycheck. This will also oblige you to actually respect the expense plan you've made. And like this, it will be much easier to succeed. So thanks to these 2 tricks, not only you will manage to follow this routine for years, but you won't have to spend any time in doing it. No cell of your brain will have to remember to do all of that. And that's perfect if you want to improve your finances. But I understand that you might not be able to do all of that now. And that is why I've made a video especially for that. So check out this video where I share with you everything I did and learned to improve my finances and become financially free. Thanks for watching and see you soon.